I'm Stephen Monteith, and I'm here to recommend some TV shows. This feature's gotten pretty long in recent weeks. When I first started doing recommends on my podcast, I'd do like one or two per episode, but I've noticed that lately I've been adding a lot more titles to each one. So I wanted to try and keep that down. I wanted to try and keep that limited. So today I'm just going to recommend 3 shows. And the first 2 are both about Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia. She was a very important historical figure. And these 2 shows are both set at different points in her life. The first one is the Hulu series. It came out in May. It's only 1 season long so far. We don't have any word yet on the second season. It stars Elle Fanning as Catherine and Nicholas Hoult as her incompetent but dangerous husband, Peter, the Tsar. And they're not in what you would call a happy relationship. Catherine quickly realizes that her husband is not only dangerously incompetent, but also might actually be dangerous to her. He talks openly about killing her and whatnot. So she decides for her own sake and for the sake of Russia that she needs to stage a coup and basically take over. It's a comedy. It's a really dark comedy, actually. It's one that openly admits it's only sort of based on historical facts. They do take a lot of liberties with the details, but the general idea follows what happened in history. If you want to see what life is like for Catherine after the coup, then HBO's miniseries from last October called Catherine the Great is it stars Helen Mirren. She's been Empress for a while now, and she's doing what she can to defend her rule and to defend Russia, of course. And it's not so much a comedy, it's much more dramatic, but it also takes some liberties with history, a few details here and there, for the sake of art, basically. Both of these series, like I say, they portray Catherine at different stages in her life and in her reign, of course, and they're both very much for mature audiences. There's a lot of sex and violence and adult language in both of them, and there's a lot of ruthlessness on the parts of a lot of characters. If you're more drawn to dark comedies and whatnot, then Hulu's series is going to be more appealing to you. If you're more of a more dramatic bent, then there's HBO's miniseries. And if you just like to pick apart shows for their historical inaccuracies, then you're going to have a time with both of these. They are both fairly short, though. Like I say, the HBO miniseries is only a few episodes long, and we've only got 1 season of the Hulu series. If you want a longer one, one that's more family friendly, then I'm going to recommend She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. This is a show on Netflix. It's been around for a while now. It's actually got 5 seasons. So if you're looking for something that you can binge for a while, this one's going to fill up a lot of time. It's about a young woman named Adora who discovers that she has the destiny, she has the power to become She-Ra. And she leads a rebellion of princesses against the evil horde. Now Adora was when the show starts, she was actually part of the horde's forces fighting against the Princess Rebellion. And she and her best friend Catra were both the Horde's most promising soldiers. And when Adora finds out that she is actually She-Ra and that the Horde is evil and starts fighting on the side of the rebellion, Catra is the one who is tasked to take her down. Yeah. And so the show has a lot of dramatic moments in it too, but it has a lot of lighthearted moments as well. It's a really great family show, and if that's what you're looking for to binge, then that's what I recommend. All right, so thank you for watching. I've been doing these recommend videos for a while, and like I said, I had some more recommends on my podcast as well. You can check out my other videos, or you can go check out my podcast, Stephen Talks, to see what others I recommend. I've got a link to my podcast episodes on my website, and I've also got on the homepage of my website links to my original fiction. It's available on all ebook platforms. Be sure to rate and review anything that you read or listen to or watch, and let me know in the comments what shows and movies you think I should recommend in the future. All right, thank you for listening.